All right, time for another Nerdy Virgin podcast. I'm recording this the night before Labor Day, although I think it's not going to be released until a week after, so hopefully nothing catastrophic happens to where it's really an issue that I didn't mention anything. But on the other hand, if something catastrophic does happen, you'll understand I don't know about it yet, in which case this is the calm before the storm. And believe you me, there's probably always another storm. So we'll get to wait and see what that storm's going to be about. Or about, as I should say. So, what's the happening today? I ordered some new shoes. Maybe we should start there. Maybe we should work on that. I have become fond of Reebok shoes. They're black, I guess, cross trainers. I don't even know if they might just be running shoes. And it got to the point where I could never find them in a store. So I started ordering them online. And they last about a year, and then they wear out, and I order them again. And I've gotten a lot of flack for these shoes. People who I've known in days past have looked at those shoes and they said, "Josh, you gotta do something about these shoes. You can't walk around in those shoes. You can't walk around in those shoes. What are you doing? What are you doing, Joshua? Joshua Adam Snyder, what are you doing?" And the answer is feeling comfortable. That's what I'm doing. I like them because they're all black. They're comfortable. And if I have to dress up in a semi-business or formal setting, I feel like I can get away with wearing them and still be found not guilty. There we go. Not to say that I'm doing anything that, I should be on trial for. I'm more worried about being wrongly accused of something. Because I just feel like we live in a world where all of what we thought was our modern civilization is starting to degrade, and my big fear is you never know when I'm going to be framed. That's my fear. One of my many fears is getting framed or getting wrongfully convicted of something. So I just want to make sure. I always ask myself whenever I buy shoes, will the judge like them? That's how neurotic I am. So I ordered them, and these old shoes are getting really ratty. They're literally falling apart, and Amazon said it was going to deliver today, and it didn't deliver today. My guess is it's because it's a holiday weekend. I don't think I'm going to see those shoes until Tuesday. I hope these shoes will last. Really hope these shoes will last. I think I've talked about this before, but I finally get muscle cars. I finally understand. I could not for the life of me understand why, dudes in middle life crisis are suddenly driving around in these tiny sports cars. Because I'm sitting there thinking that, these things are death traps. From everything I've read, you hit the thing the wrong way and it's over. And I finally get it now. As I get older, there's going to come a point where I'm like, you know what? I think I'd rather have the sports car and go out in a blaze of fire than degrade in a nursing home for 10 years. I see what they're doing. They're having fun and potentially dodging a bullet. Now I get it. I'm recording this as I take my usual constitutional. It's very hot right now. They're calling it a heat dome. We're still in that. September is always the worst in Southern California. Which always boggles me. You'd think it'd be June or July that would be the hottest, but for some reason September just knocks everything else away. But we're going to power through it. I'm not a fan of the heat, but you know what? I'm not a fan of cold either. And I feel like Southern California has more days that are kind of in the middle than other places. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I do have a wall air conditioner in my apartment. It does nothing. It does nothing. It's basically I turn it on and I know that there's cool air coming out of it, but it basically immediately, it's cool air for 10 centimeters and then suddenly it is warm air. This is, I basically have a noise machine hooked up to the side of my apartment. It just makes a noise. You turn it on, it makes a noise. Too quiet? No. Here's the noise machine. Is that all it does? Yes, that is all that it does. About to sneeze. Excuse me. Could have stopped recording. But I was like, no. Let them see the true Josh. Let them see all the flaws. Okay? Let them see all the flaws. Let them see all the flaws. Wow, that last one got wistful, didn't it? Like I'm looking out the window in a dramatic movie directed by Gus Van Sant. Let them see the flaws. Let them see the flaws. Then you hear some of that dramatic not Alfred Newman. What's the guy's name? It's Newman. David Newman. I think it's David Newman that I'm thinking of. A lonely piano playing. And a voiceover. They were about to see my flaws. And then they saw the flaws, and the movie wins 9 Oscars, and that's life. Still trying to figure out what to do with this podcast. Still trying to figure out what to do. Oh, you know what? We could talk about this. Let's talk about this for a second. I finally saw Tank Girl. That's only 20 years old. Finally saw Tank Girl. Which, I think it got critically panned at the time it came out. But I'm sitting there watching Tank Girl, and I'm thinking, oh, this was ahead of its time. My God. It's basically Harley Quinn meets Mad Max. Are you kidding me? That movie came out in this era. That's a huge blockbuster. That's pretty much what it is, by the way. It's Harley Quinn meets Mad Max. And Lori Petty was great. Naomi Watts was in it. She was great. Malcolm McDowell playing his usual, megalomaniac bad guy. Always fun. Nice sci-fi dystopian future that and apparently there's a scene that was cut where she makes love to a half man, half kangaroo. Why did they cut that scene? How did that happen? How did that slip through the cracks, I ask you? But I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. So here's what I have to do to make myself feel better. I have a subscription to YouTube. I'm paying $15.99 to get the YouTube Premium because I like to listen to music on my phone. And if you get the Premium, you can do it without... the phone can go into sleep mode and you can still listen to the music. If you don't get the Premium, it can't go into sleep mode. So I think there's some other bells and whistles that come with this Premium subscription. One of which is there's a bunch of free movies on there. But here's the thing. How can they call it a free movie when you're paying $15.99 a month for the subscription? Prescription. Wow, that was a Freudian slip. Then again, maybe it is a prescription. Netflix can probably do more for your soul than certain prescriptions, I'll tell you that. At any rate, I like watching the free movie, the quote-unquote free movie on YouTube, because I fool myself into thinking I'm saving money. I'm actually spending more money. And it is not actually free. It's content that I'm getting because I'm paying $15.99 a month. I could be wrong. Maybe it's free if I didn't pay for it. I'm not sure. I'd have to investigate that. I have a feeling, though, that it would not be free. And you know what? Even if it were free, I have to pay the internet bill. So it's not free. It's never free. Nothing is free. It's not how the universe works. The universe is moving from order to chaos, I believe, if I understand physics correctly. Entropy. The releasing of energy. And according to Neil deGrasse Tyson and TikTok that I watched, one of the theories now is that the universe is just going to keep expanding, get really cold, and go to nothing. I don't know what will happen after that. Well, the first thing that comes to my mind, by the way, when I said I don't know what will happen after that, is that somewhere, somehow, in the dying embers of the universe, or when the universe is dead, someone's going to try to start a band. That's where my mind went. I don't know how bad things are getting. There's always someone who wants to start a band. That's my theory. We're the last 4 people in the universe, and we decided we'd start a band. The name of the band is Cola. We're sort of a pop rock, alternate, classical, jazz, eclectic, fusion band. I don't know why I'm doing it in a terrible British accent. Yes, I do, for comedy. That's why. For comedy. So you can enjoy that. Cola. That, yes. And thus, they would play music, and the music would start a new universe. And people would say in the beginning there was cola. Or rather, in the beginning there was nothing, and then cola played a C major chord. In the beginning there was nothing, and then Cola played like 2 chords. That's all Cola ever did. Every single song that Cola would write, 2 chords, as per usual. Chevy Impala. Walking by Chevy Impala. Impala, I believe, a kind of deer, am I right? I don't know if I'd want a car that's named after a deer or a hooved herbivore. I don't know. I mean, I don't want the car that's the hunted. I want the car that's the hunter. Yes, this is the new Chevy. This is the new Chevy Lemur. Very compact. Don't get too close. It'll scurry off. I'm almost to the top of the hill. I always walk to the top of the hill when I do this walk. And then I walk down the hill. And I will proceed to go and eat a mango afterwards. I've become addicted to mangoes in my post-processed sugar world. It's the closest I can get to Skittles, or actually eating the actual fruit. That's what it is to be 40. You go from Skittles to the actual fruit that Skittles represents. And you go, I wish these were Skittles. That's what it is to be in my 40s. Other people have said, I'm this many years old, but I don't feel this many years old. And I've been thinking about that. Do I feel 40? I actually do think I feel 40. I do. I think I've noticed my metabolism slowing down at points. I've noticed... I think a spider just got on me. Oh, went through a cobweb. I always do this. Always go through the cobwebs. Then I find there was a dead spider on the floor when I got home just now. And why do I think the spider died from the heat exhaustion? It was just on his back, going like, I can't do this. All right. I should be a little less out of breath. I made it to sort of the top of the hill. One more block and then making my way back down. Well, this is good. I've managed to exercise. Waiting for those coronavirus boosters, which they say are available, but when I click on the website, it's not saying where. So they haven't updated that yet. I want to get me one. I want to get me one of those boosters. I don't know why I sound like a prospector. I want to get me one of them there boosters so I can be safe. So I can go out in the world and share my music. I don't know why that happened. That's the heat exhaustion talking. I'm fairly certain there's an owl in my neighborhood who, every time I think of that, I think the owls carried evil spirits in Twin Peaks. So I'm freaked out. But I gotta say, because when I walk at night, I will see this. It is a bird of prey of some kind. I mean, it could be a crow, but it's very quiet, and it flies up and perches. And I feel like it's looking at me kind of with a weird smile on his face. That's the vibe I get, like, oh, hi. Hey. Yeah, soon I'll be eating from your corpse. How are you this fine evening? It's a little creepy. Like, I don't know how to articulate this other than to say that the bird radiates this weird cross between, like, a super hunter and Ned Flanders from The Simpsons. I don't know why I'm getting that from this bird. Just, hidely ho, neighborino. See any rats? Are you a rat? I'm actually feeling pretty good about this podcast, other than the fact that I'm recording it on my phone again. Once again, not using the better technology that I have in my apartment. But at least I'm being consistent. I'm putting out consistent content. The content must be consistent. The content must be consistent. But how consistent is the content? Consistent. Oh, it's hot. Oh, okay, now I'm going downhill. This will be easier. I've said it before and I said it again. I should just get a pair of shorts. Again, I do that for your benefit. But maybe I need to be more selfish and get a dang pair of shorts. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that is what I need to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's enough. Let's end here. Why don't we do that? All right.